Hey everybody, it's TJ. I'm not going to be on very long tonight, but I really did want to pop on and play a couple of quick videos. And also got Kiely Rodni's mum giving a sort of plea, a statement, and we're going to listen to that as well. There's not a lot, well, there's a few channels online at the moment, and some of them, I'm trying to say it really nicely, some of them are just not the way I think cases should go, and how cases should be treated and stuff like that. But I'm not going to call out any creators by name, and please, I ask you in the chat not to do that as well. We definitely don't need that. So I'm going to play another short video and see if some more people come in before we play Kylie's mum's, because I think that's really important. So just let me get this next video. So to everyone that is in the US, my heart and prayers go out to you tonight. Welcome to the new people that I haven't seen before. This is amazing. I like seeing new people. The rules are at the top. They're pretty simple. I just don't want any disrespect going on. Basically, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to play the... first of all, I listen to this one for 5 seconds.
Searched for her after she disappeared from a party in early August. KCRA3's Michelle Bandura talked with Kylie's mother.
So I'm just having a little bit of this video. This is from kcra.com, and the reason I wanted to have a look at this was just that it showed a bit of Kylie's celebration for life that happened today. I seen about a minute of it. I went into a chat room of a creator I really like. I seen after I clicked, because I'm a dumbass. So it took me a minute or two to click what I was watching. And I think I typed in like I'm bowing out or something. It felt really uncomfortable to be watching her celebration of life being streamed on YouTube. For me, it felt a bit uncomfortable. That's just me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. Let's have another little look.
Who says the community's love is providing her some comfort.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
Truckee, there's music.
What I'll do is, if someone reminds me at the end of the stream, I will put the source, this source here, in the description box below, so that you can go and listen to the rest of that, because I just don't want to get striked copyright. So I'm trying to just be careful how much I use But y'all, YouTube's gone mad again. First it was, let's just go recently, Summer Wells, right? Gabby Petito, right? There's certain cases that social media grip onto, and I don't know why, whether it's like this sheep mentality, like, a big group of people or a group of people start believing something, and all of a sudden people just kind of think, oh yeah, oh that sounds good, I'll follow that. And then we have this sheep mentality of people that start believing it. Is, I don't know what it is. But the Gabby Petito case, social media went nuts, and they analyzed every last photo, every last anything. It's just, yeah. Sins Cryptids in New Zealand. That is a wicked name. Yep, YouTube is my bone of contention. Makes me so angry. It really does. Melissa Nicole, I've always been to funerals, never a celebration of life. I don't know how I feel about it. I I guess everybody's different. Like, I didn't go to a funeral memorial or anything for mum. I didn't even want to go to anything. Everyone's different. You're welcome, my darling. Okay, so yeah, we'll watch this. Some of this.
We are so grateful to have the opportunity to join together today with our friends, family,
Can you guys hear it?
community in Kiely's name. Though we gather together, grief and healing is such a personal and individual thing. Today we will honor Kiely in honoring each other and holding each other up as we grieve in our own ways. We'll laugh, dance, share stories, songs, and poetry, or maybe we'll cry in a corner or at the podium. It's all okay. We'll remember and we'll create new memories as we all learn how to move forward in a world where we miss her. We are so blessed to be able to miss her together and to walk together into tomorrow. The way that she has brought everyone together, even in death, is a legacy that I will cherish forever. I'm hearing stories about people wanting...
Okay, I've got to pause it just for a minute because, damn, she's got some things to say, and she is presenting it beautifully. She talks really lovely, and she looks like she's really trying her hardest to hold it together, the poor lady. But yeah, some powerful things being said here. Juanita, welcome, by the way. The victims become real to us and the evil perpetrators too. Yeah, I guess the world is so backward. It feels like the world is so backward. It does. Bless her, she's holding it together well. She really, really is. I admire her a lot because I don't think I'd cry in public. I'm not that kind of person, but I don't know if I could front up to the media and social media and the crap, the bullshit that's been going on, because she's really standing up, to it. Let's have another listen.
wanting to be nicer to each other in her memory. Kiely's dear friend recently told her mom that before all of this happened, she thought the word community had no real meaning, that it didn't really exist. But after Kiely went missing, the way our community showed up in full force showed her that it in fact is so very real and so, so powerful. That kind of impact on our teens gives me hope, the demonstration of strength and togetherness, and the way that they have an army of supporters standing behind them will carry them far as they enter adulthood.
Wow. She is amazing. If she does, I don't know what she does for work, but she should be a public speaker one day down the line when she's, just in awe of how she can hold it together. Cryptics. I'm going to say cryptics. What the hell does your name mean? TJ, love the way you think. Thank you. They would probably have to put me in the nut house. I think I got it. Bob Fisher, hey, she's dodgy, knows what happens. No, thank you. I don't want to hear that at all, Bob. We don't do victim blaming, and we don't do family either. Sorry. Let's listen to a wee bit more.
We would like to thank everyone who has come together to support us in what we hope will be the most difficult time of our lives. There's no way that we'll be able to ever return the kindness, generosity, and compassion that has been extended to us over the last month, but we will live the rest of our lives trying, and in that trying, Kiely will be with us, reminding us to be kind, laugh, and sing.
Yeah. She's going to address how many mums, not many, that have to endure this. And it's kind of on one hand, if it wasn't for social media, if it wasn't for YouTube, Kiely wouldn't have been found, right? So we're all forever grateful to the AWP, because if you go on their page, their YouTube page, you can see the amazing work that they do. It's amazing. They have put some families, gave them some closure. So it's amazing. But the same thing that found Kiely seems to be this big thing, this YouTube social media shit. It's blowing up. And what the hell? In New Zealand, we are so private that we would never be expected to come on national television or national media to grieve in front of people or anything like that. It's just not done. We respect people's privacy so much more than that. We're hardly ever going to get family that speaks in the media. Sin said it means things on Earth that science doesn't acknowledge, aka Bigfoot, Black Panthers, and the new NZ. Okay. Each to their own, I guess. It takes all kinds, eh? Melissa, I think she meant the sins part of your name. I meant the whole thing. Hey, Misty, it's good to see you. You're late cooking at the moment, but listening. What's the time where you are? If you've been cooking. That's good to see you. Let's have a little bit more.
And that sometimes it's even okay to cry. In closing, I want to thank our media friends for respecting our request to give us privacy while we celebrate my daughter today. Unfortunately, the social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering, and we want to create a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. To anyone who gains pleasure or satisfaction from commenting online, I ask you to take a moment to look inward and to try to recognize your motive.
Wow. So she's addressing the social media as a whole, and she's saying, before you type, think about what you're saying. Think about the motive of what you're putting down. And she's calling us out. She's calling the media out, the social media out, to leave her the F alone. And is this case, is this live stream, because I'm here, I guess in some part I could be doing the whole thing that she said she doesn't want, but I'm trying to give a bit of an alternative place for people to go, because I know that there's not many live streams at the moment, and there's lots of big ones on with a lot of conspiracy thinking and crime solving and stuff like that with Kiely's case. And I don't want to do that. I just want to celebrate her life or her family and then leave them be, unless there's any updates. Why aren't we just leaving them to it and giving them some privacy? Melissa says, been up all night, 5:40 at 5 a.m. Why would you be up all night, you silly girl? Silly. It is 9:46 p.m. on Sunday night, the 11th of September here in New Zealand. I've got work tomorrow, so I'm not going to be on too long, but yeah. Melissa's people are really lacking in the compassion department. Real people they are lacking. And I don't know why there's just so many people who are. They've all seemed to come out of the woodwork. Little Pookie, good to see you. Haven't seen you for so long. Good morning from Detroit. 5:45 a.m. Sunday right now. It's awesome to see you, Little Pookie. All right, before I get caught up on chat again.
Remember the three gates that all words should flow through. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? I implore you to remember that there is honor in silence and there is kindness in minding your own business. You are talking about.
So that's pretty cool. Statement from here. She's basically saying, mind your own business, and shut up. And I couldn't have said it better. And because of that, after this stream in particular, the only time I'm going to mention Kiely Rodni's case is if there is an update in the news. You guys can keep me updated, nzmissing@gmail.com, if you see something you think in the news that we need to see. Narcissism is spreading throughout society, and there is much victim blaming as a result. Exactly. I cannot tolerate victim blaming and the families. It's just not right. Misty 946 here. I'm cooking for tomorrow. See you the same time as me, hun. Thank you for your thumbs up. Please give this a like. That would really help. Or a dislike. I don't care either. And comment afterwards. I'm not a professional. I just jump on when I can. I usually do New Zealand cases. So if you go and look at all my videos, there will be cold cases in New Zealand and the live streams, which I've just got sort of going again, usually for international cases. Facebook page, go and have a look. All right.
Our community's child. It's time to let our children mourn their friend quietly, peacefully. I hope you can find other, more beautiful and helpful ways to spend your time and remember Kiely. Call your mom. Take a walk. Pick up a new hobby. Please know we got this. Let her rest.
Okay. Wow. I'm just in awe of how she could get up there and do that. Like, she was just so strong. She even had a light shining on her that just seemed to lighten her up as well. Absolutely beautiful. Juanita says, I hate TikTok and the like. We need to stop making stupid people famous. I don't know if it's ever going to stop. I don't think it's ever going to stop. It's just like you cannot foresee which cases are going to blow up and cause so much divide on YouTube. There's two sides of the fence now. You either think it's an accident or you think it was foul play, right? The thing is, to me, what I think is what's going to happen if they do rule it an accident. After all the stuff that's gone on, are believers of foul play going to actually believe that it was an accident? And then are they going to shut up? And us, anyone on your YouTube, anyone on social media, are we all going to just stop and let these people live their lives and grieve, and do what they have to do with their families and everything? They've just lost their baby. So I think we have a lot to answer for. Yeah. Melissa says she couldn't agree more. Social influences don't influence me, thank God. Right? And I don't want to influence anybody either. I'm just saying my opinion. And who the fuck am I? I'm no one. So my opinion doesn't matter shit. No, it's not important, more important than anybody else's. Melissa says, I was unaware that they sent AWP away once they located her vehicle. So when whoever retrieved the vehicle, when they flipped it upright, a lot of her belongings ended up on the bottom of the lake. Yeah. So police dropped the ball on this one. There's no getting away from that. Law enforcement sucked. And the thing is, there was so many agencies that were combined looking for Kiely, and they missed the car. And then the car was towed out and shit, and her belongings, I should say, not shit, but her belongings ended up on the bottom of the lake. That seems to be confirmed, and it seems to be confirmed that that Check It TV guy is real, and he did find the things and he did hand them over to the police. From what I can see, it seems to be like he is good. I've forgotten the word I'm looking for, guys. Anyway, so it looks like that's true. I don't think there's going to be more updates, or probably not many updates from like law enforcement. But I don't think this Kiely Rodni crush, I'll say it's a crush because I don't even know what this is. I think this is going to last at least until they get some results. Law enforcement have been really tight-lipped on this. We've seen it before. We've seen it on the Delphi case. We get shit from, well, police were tight-lipped, but they did a couple of press conferences, but they were tight-lipped with the Delphi case. So what happened? People started speculating, and for months and months, and still, I mean, I made one too. I've made a couple of videos for Delphi, but then what happens next? The Summer Wells case, and guess what? Law enforcement ain't saying shit, and because they're not saying shit, that gives room for speculation. I sometimes think if law enforcement just came out and said what was going on, or say he passed, I don't know, I don't believe in lie detectors anyway, but they could say he passed a polygraph, we don't suspect him, or something like that. I don't know. I'm just ranting at this stage. I'm really tired, but I'm really like angry. I'm just ranting. Zoo, New Zealand Mysteries back in the house. Thanks for coming along. It's good to see you. When's the results? Roughly November is what I hear. So I read in an article today on my previous live stream that it's November 1st, although one of the law enforcement agencies was talking and said that if it's going to be longer than that, that they will give a media briefing to let us know if it's going to be longer. Misty, I am team AWP, and Judy Ron, mistakes from law enforcement and those who have found items haven't helped. You know, I speak about police dropping the ball in a lot of my videos for New Zealand's cold cases. And it seems like there's a lot of them, even in New Zealand, even overseas, US, whatever. But, you know, I am pro-police. If I was in trouble, who am I going to call to help me? I'm going to call the police. And just for the kind of, I don't know, hundreds of times they drop the ball, or thousands, or whatever it is, there's many more hundreds of thousands the jobs that they do amazingly, and they need to be respected. I respect police. I'm also team AWP. I think I mean, it's just true, isn't it? If it wasn't for AWP, she wouldn't have been found. Well, she would have been found, but it would have been a lot later. I really, really like AWP. What I'm concerned about is this is an ongoing investigation, and they've been talking quite a lot across quite a lot of channels. And I'm not bitter because they didn't come to mine. I did think at the beginning it would be cool if I had someone on just to boost my numbers a bit. But come on, that's what live streaming and YouTube is for. And then I sort of thought about it, and I thought, I don't know. It's an ongoing investigation, and that AWP are just popping up on different channels, and just sort of not dropping hints as such, but I feel like they're leading people to believe, or leading people to speculate on certain things, and I think that's dangerous in an ongoing investigation. Yeah. Melissa says, I think AWP is just not used to active investigations. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They definitely are not used to active investigations. They usually do cold cases. They usually don't find bodies as such. They usually find bones. So, yeah, maybe they did, but we've all been on YouTube and said and done things that we wish we hadn't, right? We all make mistakes in life. So I still love the AWP and support them wholeheartedly. And it's cool that YouTube found her. If it wasn't for YouTube and it wasn't for them, you know, the family would still be asking questions. And why I do what I do on my channel for cold cases and missing persons and stuff, it's because of the families. It's because I for some reason I can imagine half the pain just thinking about it. If I lost one of my kids, one of my babies, doesn't matter how old they are, they're still my babies, and it would just be so freaking awful. Misty says, one thing I have thought of as a mum is I wouldn't be happy if I found out someone found my child's items, even if not needed for case, but just because I would have wanted them. I agree. I think if someone found my child's belongings, I would want them. But from what I read in the article on my previous live stream, was that the family was contacted as well. And I think that Check It TV guy who found the stuff, he's on YouTube, by the way, if you want to check him out. I think he rang the family and the family gave it to law enforcement. I think that was how it went. But in my previous live stream, I have sources that I look at as well, so you can find out. Yes, this was their first active case recovery. And I think you could tell that by the diver that popped up once they found Kiely's car. He was definitely in shock, absolute shock. So you can't blame them for some things they may have done or said. I don't know. I still have respect for them, but, I just think it's a mistake. Melissa said I would be very happy to have my kids' stuff back. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just breaking my heart. So I've watched some live streams tonight. I've been in and just lurking around a few of them, sitting in the back, just listening and reading, because sometimes when you go to channels, it's not just the shit that's happening like on stream or with panels, it's the stuff happening in chat. Chat gets going sometimes and they come up with theories and some wild shit, man. People come up with wild shit and I don't know where it comes from. It's insane. Who just like pulls something out of the air and goes, oh, here, believe this, and chucks in a rumor or something like that. What the fuck are people doing? Misty, yeah, they were. I watched his lives. Law enforcement has not confirmed or acknowledged they have been found. Oh, thank you, Misty. Yeah, I think that was correct, definitely, what you said, because I'm pretty sure that is what the article said. Do you think, I'm saying now that this is the last live stream that we're going to discuss Kiely Rodni, and then I'm going to stop. And even today on my previous live stream, I just talked about one article with her in it, and then leave them alone. Do you think that other live streamers or other creators and channels are going to stop talking about this? I don't think so. There's way too many on the bandwagon. Oh, Mr. Upchurch, he's got like 5,000-6,000 in his live stream. That's amazing. And most, I'd say, 95% of the people in there believe his theories and his side, and what his bunch of friends and colleagues and creators, what they believe, right? There's like 6,000 of them. Do you reckon that all of those, or 95% of those, are going to listen to Kiely Rodni's mum and just stop it? now that she's made this plea, I don't understand how anyone can keep going. Just me. I'm losing my voice. Juanita Richards for views and cash. A cash cow. What did we have with Summer Wells? What did we have with Gabby Petito? Money. There was money flowing everywhere throughout YouTube. There was super chats. There was GoFundMes. We've had raising money, like channels raising money or having live streams for summer. We've had it all. Juanita, didn't he say that Gabby and Kylie never existed? I don't want to talk about Upchurch's beliefs because we don't talk about other creators in here. It's just that, well, I don't believe in his beliefs, but like I said, 6,000 people do. So, but I don't want to get into too much about that, about what Upchurch or Ryan's doing. I just want to talk about, I don't know. It's hard because I want to listen to all sides, Melissa, I believe in a lot of things that most people don't. Ghosts, Bigfoot, aliens, but some of these theories really require a big tinfoil hat. Upchurch says she didn't even exist. He did, but from what I've heard, he's apologised. And look, I watched the guy for a little time tonight, and it's the first time that I've actually just turned other things off and just listened to him. And he's actually quite smart. He knows what he's talking about, and he had some valid facts, which I didn't think would happen, but he did. I don't think so. So many are seeing flaws. Judy, Ron, and Police off the cuff have both bought this out. Yeah, I don't have time to watch these retired police officers much, but I love the fact that they just work on facts and evidence. They don't do any of this drama, the BS. I really like that. And what are you saying sorry for? I want a tinfoil hat. I feel like next time I'm on live, I'm trying to remember a tinfoil hat. I don't know how anybody can believe that BS. I know, right? I know. Well, no, people do though. People do. They believe it, don't they? And who are we? Well, I mean, I don't mind having people having their opinions. Because everybody's got different. I just think it could be done with so much more compassion and respect. And rumors don't need to be made up. And I'm not accusing anyone in particular of that, by the way. But rumors don't need to be put out there. Someone with a lot of sway, and I'm not talking about Upchurch, so don't go there. But other channels with sway, that can get thousands of people to follow them and believe what they're saying. It happens. It really happens. Juanita, I'll wear a tinfoil bra. Are you going to show us though, Juanita? So how will we know that you're wearing the tinfoil bra? Have a think about it. Melissa, that might be hot. Juanita, where are you? Are you in the US? I actually quickly wanted to show you something, but just give me a minute. I don't know how much of you seen me on live stream earlier today. We decided that we were going to have a wheel of fortune kind of thing, but it's not. It's a wheel, and we're going to. I'm gonna open one. Just hang on a minute. Oh, fuck. Just hold on, guys. I'm trying. Okay, have a look at this. I don't know. Okay, I'll have to reset it, I think. But the idea is, if you go into the live stream that I did earlier, we entered the 50 states of the US onto this wheel. We entered a couple of more countries, and we spun the wheel, and it landed on New Jersey. So next time I do one of the streams, I'm going to look into cold cases from New Jersey. And then, of course, after we've done that, we'll spin the wheel again and we'll see what other place comes up and what other cold cases we're going to look into. So I thought it was a great idea. It looked better than that, but yeah, I thought it would be something different. Melissa, picking up good satellite signals. This case has me wonder about my own vehicle and what it is able to do. Do you know what? One of my biggest fears in my whole life has been like going into water in a car and not being able to get out. So the video of AWPs was actually, it was quite emotional. I was quite emotional about it, actually, to be honest. I found it quite hard to watch. Juanita, I'll upload a new pic on my YouTube profile. I'm in New Zealand and live in. Oh, yay, another Kiwi. Kia ora. It's awesome to have you. Love the Kiwis. Melissa Nicole. Did you hear that, Melissa? Mouthwash. Melissa Nicole, North Carolina, USA. Nice. Educational. I like it. What's educational? The wheel. I guess it's educational in the respect that I'm going to learn the 50 states because I don't know them all. That's educational. Kia ora, Juanita Richards. Alyssa, I cried my eyes out. Whoever edited that AWP video did a great job. Yeah, they surely did. They pulled on the heartstrings, something chronic. But if you look at all the other videos from AWP, they're all the same. So this is what they do. It's the same sort of video. Now listen, Nicole. So yeah, the wheel. I don't know how countries or states. Well, I put the 50 states in. I had to copy and paste it from somewhere else because there was no way that I could do it. So I had to go on Google, as you do. And then I think in today's live stream, we added like UK and Canada, just because Canada, I've got a few subs from there, I'm sure. And the UK has some pretty horrible cold cases that need help as well. So that's the idea. And whatever, if you show up and we're doing spin the wheel, we can add other places. Misty, I can say I doubt I would ever get out of a car underwater. 30 seconds isn't long enough for me, and I'm about 6.5 stone. I wouldn't have the strength against the water. I'm not sure how much 6.5 stone is, but I find that quite irrelevant. I hear you because I'm heavy and I also don't have a lot of strength because of my chronic pain. So I would find it really, really tough to push against water, and I'm a vapor, a quite heavy one. I don't even know if my lungs could stay 30 seconds. Has anyone tried to actually hold their breath for 30 seconds? Can you do it? Because 30 seconds feels like a long time. Geography is my enemy. You know, I don't talk about my job much, right? But I do a lot of driving in the city where I grew up all my life, and I'm in my 40s. I can still get lost just going to the other side of town, and I need, you'll love this. Verity is the name that I've called the lady that talks on your phone from Google Maps. So I called her Verity, and she annoys me quite often, but she's pretty good of getting me back to my side of town. How bad is that, guys? That's terrible. And you know what? In New Zealand, I don't know if you guys know, but I hope most of you do, it's mainly two islands, the North Island and the South Island. And I've lived in the South Island all my life. I have only ever gone to Wellington in the North Island once when I was a young kid, but otherwise I've never been again. I've never been to Auckland or anything. So I have not traveled my own country. So geography in my own city is hard enough for me. Melissa, I don't think you can open the doors underwater until the inside completely fills up. So the pressure is equal inside and out. Yeah, there was a couple of people that I seen, a couple of creators that were playing videos of a car going into water, or I've seen a few videos of a car going into water or cars. And the difference is they're not doing it in the way Kiely's car. They need a similar car. They need the windows down as it was, and they need to recreate everything. but and the way they think it entered the water, they're going to have to figure that out too when they do a reenactment, because just dropping it over the side and plonking it in the water with the windows up is not going to work. It's not the same dimensions and everything. I don't know. Juanita, I'm too fat to get out of the windows and I have arthritis in my spine. And oh my God, you're falling apart, my dear. You can join me in the Too Fat to Get Out club. And if you've seen my live streams, I've got about I had 5 chins last time I was here, and now I've got an extra couple of chins. I think I've got an extra 2. Oh, shocking. Melissa, I'm a heavy smoker. I can't breathe out of water. Yeah, so underwater's going to be harder. Oh, dear. We just need to pray we are safe traveling near water, right? But, I mean, you go to AWP's channel and there's shitload of cases. We're smaller, so, of course, it's less likely to happen here, but it happens. I suspect I'm on track for it as well. Nice. Melissa Nicole, it's awful. I have lots of inhalers, 3 different kinds. The other day, when I was on the live stream, I came up with this little thing that I wanted to try and just see if it worked. If it's, especially when I'm on live streams and I'm reading articles, it can be quite hard for me to keep up with the chat, even with just the small, our tiny group. I love our tiny group, by the way, because it means I can interact with the chat, and I really like doing that. I'm also thinking of having people up for panel at some time. It's just I'm scared about what people will say, because there's some things that I don't want allowed on my channel, and I don't know how to vet people before they come up. You know what I mean? Once people come up, I can't sort of control what they say, and I think I should be responsible for some of the things that go on my channel and things that are being said. But we'll go there again in a minute. Melissa, I think we are falling apart as long as we do it together, right? My doctor had put me on the keto diet. I've been in a wheelchair for 2 years, now unable to walk or exercise. Well, Juanita, you're more than welcome here anytime. And I don't even tell you when I'm coming. I just get on and go and rant. So this thing, if it's an important something that I need to see to read out, can you put a Z at the beginning of the sentence, at the beginning of your message? If it's just stuff that you guys are talking between each other and that I don't actually need to zoom in on, then leave those. But I'm going to try. I will always try and read the Z comments, and I'll read others as well. I mean, I've got to realistically, there's not only 10 people in here. I want to always keep it this way, though. So give it a shot. I don't know if it will work, but I'm just trying shit out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Melissa, right, TJ can't control anything live. It's a roll of the dice. That's what scares me. I probably don't get a lot of people on the stream. I don't know, there could be many reasons why I don't get people on my streams. One of them might be my tough rules. I have pretty tough rules. I'm not going to apologize for that. There are channels where you can go and have your opinion, whatever it may be, and you're okay and you're welcome there. But this is not that channel. I'm sorry, but it's not. If you don't agree with the rules, then you need to just leave and go on to another channel, because there's hundreds of us. Hundreds. Juanita says, yes, Melissa Nicole, if we stick to it, but I have a potato chop pie addiction. It's funny. Your pies are good. Too good. They're good when you're in a rush. She says, and I'm eating kettle fries and cheese dip addiction. Yeah, something like that. And crusty bread roll. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, be careful. It doesn't sound overly healthy, Juanita. Misty, I've been with AWP over 2 years, back when Jared was just fishing out rubbish. They have come a long way. I still remember their fused human remains. I really feel we need a group like them here. They are amazing. it's interesting that you've been with them over 2 years. What do you think, Misty, about my statement that I think that they shouldn't be going on all these channels and alluding to things? Yeah, what do you think about that? If you've been with them for that long, you probably know them quite well. Melissa, Nicole, that was Nathan, right, Misty? Why isn't he in the pictures when it comes on? Oh, I don't really know what you're talking about. Righto. Let me have a vape. I also see those live streams, and it gets to the point, like if you have more than 2 or 3 people, they're all talking over each other and you can't understand what one person is saying or the other person is saying. I find, I don't know how creators can keep account of that. That's a bit nuts to me. I think it would fry my brain if I had that many people in here and like couldn't talk to them and couldn't see them and shit. Yeah, I agree, TJ. I don't think they should get on all these streams. I know, right? But yeah, it is their first active case, so I'm going to give that to them. They're not professional law enforcement or professionals in dealing with open cases, so I'm going to give that to them too. And I really, really respect the job that they do. If it wasn't for them, Kiely would never have been found. We know this because law enforcement dropped the damn huge ball. It was a huge ball. They've dropped a couple of balls, but they're really, really huge. Silly law enforcement. Don't know. We have that in New Zealand. You said, Misty, that we should have them here. Yes, I suppose in New Zealand we would, because we only have the one entity, the New Zealand Police. They'd have police dive squads. I think that's. I mean, these guys must be rich enough to travel all over the US and use all their gear and take all those people. That requires a whole lot of money and a whole lot away from family and stuff. So they must either have money or they're getting good enough help and support from their YouTube subscribers as well, and hopefully they're supporting the channel to give them money to do that. But I think it would cost a lot of money. Misty, I have a feeling they have been going to panels because it is first active recovery and they did not want misinformation out there regarding them and how they handle cases. Totally agree. I totally agree. That's a great reason. I've been surprised how many people have never heard of them. I know, right? I didn't even know that who Ryan Upchurch was. I kind of found out who AWP was and Ryan Upchurch at the same time. So yeah, I didn't know. So I've had to look up, find out. Melissa says, I've been on live streams that got a little sideways, actually a little raunchy. The streamer took it down before YouTube could. Juanita, they get donations from the public and families that help. Yeah, I hope so. Fully support what they do. I think it's amazing. Yeah, me too. Will AWP get the reward they found her? Hey, little Pookie. From what I have read and what I understand, I think the reward part was actually given back to the people that donated. I don't think legally there was some reason why AWP couldn't receive that. That doesn't stop the family making a donation to AWP, but sadly, I think there's a bit of disconnect between some of the family and AWP, which is a very much a shame. Yeah. Melissa says, I heard they would not accept the reward, but I don't know if that's a fact. I'm going to say count it as hearsay for myself as well, because even though I'm pretty sure I read it, I could have just heard it from, from the voices. The voices. Juanita, I was following AWP for a long time as they have been featured in true crime documentaries and solved some cases. Dude, I have been watching true crime for a couple of years now, and I look at New Zealand and I look at US crime and, around the world, I never seen AWP come up anywhere. I bet the algorithm loves them now, those three letters, but never heard of them. And I started hearing about Upchurch, and then I'm like, okay, I have to look this dude up. So I looked him up and had a look at his music, and he seems very passionate about his music. Misty, they are not rich. They only started out with subscribers and watchers, with people interested in diving and treasure hunting. When they started on cars, they grew with donations. Awesome. I wasn't suggesting that they must be rich. I just wondered how, I wondered how it was getting funded, because it's such a huge undertaking. When they first found a body, they had people contacting them from cold cases. They have relied on donations. That's awesome that they get enough. I've only watched 2 of their recoveries, but been subbed for a long time. Yeah, when I went to do my check, I went and watched a couple of recoveries. But I guess, and I don't want it to sound crass, but once I've seen like a couple of recoveries, then they all of them look the same. And that's not just counting the victims, all their families that have been through this. My heart goes out to you, just like it goes out to Kiely's family and whānau. I wish them all the best as well. Juanita, I saw them on American documentaries about cold case. I've never seen them. I can't believe that I've never seen them. It's so crazy. AWP will receive rewards if offered. They don't ask for them, same as donations. Well, I bet that in the last month, I guess even maybe 2 months, they must have gained a shitload of subscribers. I don't know what they were on before. I don't know what they're on now. But I think they would have gained a lot, which is excellent for them, because the more subscribers, the more donations they get, the more help and support, and the more missing and gone loved ones get found. So if you ain't on AWP, support them. Misty, they have only been offered one reward until this case. Ryan had made a donation. Oh, wow. If Ryan's made a donation, that's so lovely of him. That was awesome. Juanita, I'm an obsessive follower of true crime and have been since I was a teenager. Yeah, there's a lot of us that have followed true crime for many years, and it gets a passion, I guess. Leah, it was found in a real dodgy place, right? What are we talking about, Leah? What was found? The car? Is that what you're saying? Misty, they also sell some items. Miss Nicole, who is a mod, has just broken the rules. You can't see me, Melissa. I'm pointing my finger and I'm shaking it at you. Not supposed to mention other creators. And he is great, that chapter. Mike, he is fantastic. So go along and have a look at his channel. He does true crime. He does it with a bit of humor, and he gets videos out twice a week. Yes, you naughty girl, you, Melissa Nicole. It's hard. I don't mind talking. I guess I'm going to say talking about other streamers is okay as long as it's nice. I don't want bashing of any creators. So if you can talk about another creator, then go for it. Because when I think about it, what I've always thought is that creators and channels and genres shouldn't be against each other. They should all try and support each other. And I believe that the littler channels need to support each other. So go for it. You can talk about other channels, just no bashing. Okay, so update, tell the world I've changed my mind a little bit. I love his dry humor. Yeah, he's really good. Actually, if you go back quite a few years, he started out doing different videos. I can't remember what they were, but he's been around for a few years, but he rocks, and he's really popular. I have to admit I'm new to true crime, have avoided just as I don't watch horror movies. I don't either. I don't know how people in true crime don't have nightmares. I must say, I spend all day, if I'm not working, on here and watch different crime stuff. And then I go to bed and relax, and I put on true crime podcasts to go to sleep. And I have woken up in the middle of the night a few times, had a bit of a nightmare, just shaking a bit and thinking, what the fuck? And realizing it was because of the podcast. It must have been good stories. Juanita, I love the irreverent dead hug too. I can't say that word. Irreverent. I love the irreverent. I think I'm getting it. I've never heard of what that is. I don't know what that is. Is that a channel? Okay, I'm going to write that down. Irreverent. What the hell does irreverent mean? Irreverent hot dog. What was it? Dead hug. Hot dog. Yeah. Okay. That was interesting. Oh, hang on. My cat's at the door. Come on, darling. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, Ronnie is in the house. Dead bug, I mean. Yeah, I think I've got a reverent dead bug, except I don't know what a reverent means. So if you can help me out, that'd be cool. He's really funny in a very dark way. I'll take a look. I do sometimes have nightmares. In some cases, I can't watch it all, often about children. Actually, I find children extremely hard cases to cover. Very, very hard. And they take a really hard emotional toll on me as well. All these cases do. All the cases. The hundreds or whatever. I don't think it's hundreds, but the videos that I do for cold cases in New Zealand, I'm really, really passionate about it. Yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about. Oh, children, right. So I think look, if you're regular, you know my mind's a bit jumbled, right? Children. So I think I've only done 6-year-old Alicia Riley. I've covered her case in a video. She, this is triggering. If anyone's could be triggering. She was in the 70s, I think it was. She was 6 years old, and when her mum went in there to get her in the morning, she was dead. Someone had come in the window, and yeah. And then I think I've done Delphi. I've covered a little 3-year-old Lachlan in Southland that was found in like a waterway down there, and the police dropped the ball on the case. So I've done that too. I know. Prove me wrong if I've done more, but that's what I think I've done anyway. Dead bug, recounting of true crime is shocking but funny. I'll have to have a look. I mean, I don't mind humour because if this stuff is so heavy that humour is a good way to lighten the mood a little bit, and so that's all right as long as it's not distasteful. And people use common sense, I guess, knowing what that means. Melissa, irreverent, showing a lack of respect for people or things that are genuinely taken seriously. Oh, well, that puts it in a bit of a different light, doesn't it? I'm wondering, do I really want to see them? I will. I will go have a look. Irreverent, nothing is sacred, and it's very PC. Yeah, I don't know. I just when I don't go often to the channels that just let everything go. All the chat can do what the hell it likes, and you can have heaps of opinions. And it sounds like that might be one of the channel as you're saying about this channel, and that's just not me. So I don't spend a lot of time in channels like that. Although I must admit, I went to see Mr. Upchurch tonight because he was the only one streaming in the true crime genre, even though it's probably crime. It's still true crime, and he was the only one streaming. So I did go and have a wee look tonight. He's got a lot of people there. He's doing amazing. He's very lucky. Juanita says satire and parody. It's the kind of humour that cops use to cope. Yes, we do. We use it to cope in our job too. My other job and here as well. So the live stream I did earlier on, I tried to pop a couple of funny stories in with all the sad stories about, because I covered like the Memphis shooting and Eliza Fletcher and, updates on that. And then I did a couple of stories in between. I think we had an emotional support animal that was an alligator. So we had a look at that. We also had a look at a guy that killed a rooster, his mate's or his neighbour's rooster, and he got charged. The rooster actually attacked him, and it had been attacking people for quite a long time, and he finally swatted it with a piece of wood and it died. Now, I'm not condoning that at all. I don't condone hitting any animals with sticks, but it seemed like self-defense, and the rooster died. Anyway, the moral of the story is the rooster died. And this guy got charged with animal cruelty, and he went to prison for something like 30 hours. And the video was just so hilarious to watch. It really was. So, yeah, definitely having to put some humour in between the hard stories, because they do get hard. Humour is very important coping. Absolutely. Deadbug has empathy with victims. Yeah, I'll check him. I watched Ryan tonight too. I'm pretty sure I seen you popping in the chat there, Misty. There was a couple of other people that I know that were in there, but like I said, it's sometimes good to hear what other people are saying, right? And the other opinions. I try not to go on to chat because firstly I'm not subscribed, and I think you have to subscribe. I'm not sure, but I would just type something and I'd be so fucking angry, and it would start a huge big war and everyone would turn on me and hate me. So I just sit back and say nothing. Yeah, YouTube is too much. Juanita, or I just stay away from the rooster, right? And I had a discussion. Well, I wanted to know who's eating a rooster. Misty, you don't go in those chats? Oh, maybe it wasn't you. A guard rooster, right? And I know that actually I'm afraid of chickens. Okay. I'm afraid of birds. I'm afraid of chickens. I don't like them. So this story really touches my heart. Like I can imagine me being the one being attacked by the chicken. And I think in that moment, what would you do to try and get it away from yourself? Yeah. Whew, tough. Hey Pam, have you ever been frocked by a rooster? I can't say I've ever been frocked. And my neighbour had a rooster that you had to carry a stick or something in the car in the back of it, or it would attack you. This is right. So was it self-defense? Did he kill the rooster in self-defense? And did he deserve a charge for that? Because they can be nasty. Let's face it, geese are fucking nasty. But old roosters, and not just that it's a bird. A rooster does that fucking huge loud call in the middle of the night, like whatever, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. If I lived next door to that for even 1 week, that rooster would disappear. So I've said it now. It would disappear because I couldn't handle that. Misty, what is the difference between hen meat, rooster, and turkey? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever eaten a rooster in my life. Turkey's not a big thing here in New Zealand. We don't actually, we don't have Thanksgiving, so hence we don't really have turkey. We eat chickens. We maybe eat roosters. I don't know. They're all dirty birds to me. Yeah, I'm not a fan. The poor birds are just trying to defend themselves from murderous humans. Oh no, you live next door to the rooster. Oh fuck that! I couldn't handle it. Like I wouldn't hurt it. I would just find it a new home. That's all. would just go missing, because I just honestly, I would pull my far out here if I had a rooster living next door to me. No, no, no. Only eat chickens, hens. Don't like turkey. I cook lamb and chicken for Christmas dinner. That's a real Kiwi thing to do, isn't it? Have the roast on Christmas Day, even though we have Christmas Day in the middle of summer here in New Zealand, so it's piping hot on Christmas Day, usually like in the 20s to 30 degrees sometimes. And then we go and cook a real hot meal with roasts and veggies and all the trimmings and shit like that. There is, however, a lot of Kiwis that do barbecue at home, barbecue on the beach. Those people probably make more sense in the middle of summer. But hey, everyone has their thing, has their way of doing things. Well, I'm going to sign off shortly because I only wanted to be on here for a short while. I've got work tomorrow. I'll stay another 10 minutes or so. I prefer beef to lamb. Yeah, I enjoy meat. Do you know what? Meat's got really expensive. And yeah, I don't eat as much meat as I'd like to. And yeah, I must say it's missing in my diet a little bit. Pam, spilling cornmeal in the middle of the road is a good way to help that rooster out. You reckon? I'd just find him a new home, that's all. Far away from me. Juanita says, one year I had a barbecue, but it rained and we had to finish cooking inside. Suck. That's the worst luck, right? She has indeed. Pam is always one helpful, smart cookie. It's great to have you, Pam, coming back. So, it must be getting late. It's getting late for me and Ronnie. Hey, baby. He's my baby. I'm going to go. Before I go, what are your favourite true crime podcasts? Let me see. I like The Vanished. I like Dateline. I like True Crime Garage. That's one of my faves. Can you not get... That's my charger, thank you. And that's my pen. You can play with that. Hey? You can play that. You can throw that around. Sorry. I hated my neighbour's rooster. Exactly. It always rains on Christmas Day in New Zealand for the last few years. Often it's freezing cold with gale force wind. Actually, when you say it like that, Juanita, I'm thinking back about a few Christmases, and you're right. It could be fucking raining and storming and galing and anything, or it could be hot as F and too hot. So whatever turns up on the day, I guess. I hate their pit bulls tearing my yard up too. Oh, I'm not a fan of pit bulls at all. Coffee time crime. Oh, get off there. Come on, move. Can't write if your bum's there. Move. Thank you. All right, he's sitting down. Silly cat. I love my cat though. Coffee time crime. Okay, I'm going to look that one up tonight. I like Adrian. Is Adrian from that one? Coffee time crime. Melissa, my last few Christmases have been fairly warm. That would sit and wait. Oh yeah, for sure. That cornmeal. Misty, what are the New Zealand true crime podcast or channels? I don't really know, to be honest. I did a long time ago find a New Zealand one, but I haven't actually got any that I'm listening to. I've got one because what I do is I not the live streams, but the videos. So what I do is I make a video mainly about New Zealand cold cases. Our Facebook page has got over 10,000 followers in New Zealand and around the world, I'm sure. What I do is I post the video to Facebook, my Facebook page, NZ Mysteries on Facebook. All the people on there share the video out into the Facebook stratosphere, and that's how I get people to see them. and see the cases that need to be seen by New Zealanders. What I tend to do also is pay for them to get like sponsored or boosted so that they go a bit further and a few more people see them. And then what I do is I go onto Anchor, which is my podcast app, and I upload the audio from the videos and I just play that as podcast. So I'm effing everywhere. I hope that made sense. Juanita says coffee time crime is one. Now I'm going to look up them tonight because you've said them a couple of times. Crime Weekly, yes, I love Stephanie Harlow. So moving from her YouTube channel over to her podcast with the policeman, and I've forgotten his name. Someone will tell me. Juanita says, and what's his name? The funny old-fashioned man who wears a coat and is very serious but an excellent narrator. I do not know, Juanita. I do not know. I don't know if I know that one. Derek. Melissa got it. It's Derek. Yes, that's him. Yeah, I do like Crime Weekly. And I found that obviously because I was a fan of Stephanie Harlow beforehand. I think she does amazing. She dives into cases really full on. Yeah, she's so good. I've shared your channel to a playlist on my YouTube since I found you a couple of years back, just in case. That's so sweet, Misty. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I don't know if you've noticed, guys, but I appreciate like everything that you guys do. Have we got low numbers? Yeah, but the good thing about it is it means I can interact with you guys, which I don't want to lose. And if I got like too many numbers, I couldn't keep up. I know that I couldn't. So I quite enjoy the little chats that we have. Most of them are true crime chats, but sometimes we just chat, chew the fat, have a cordial. Stephanie uses a lot of humour too. She's sassy. She is very sassy. And do you know what, Melissa? I've noticed, well, I don't know if it's just me that's noticed, but I found lately in the last year or so that she's really passionate about sharing her views on a lot of cases and a lot of stuff. Maybe before she didn't push her views as much, but to now it just seems she doesn't hold back on her ideas. I listened to her one about the Wells case, and I don't know if I overly liked that episode, shall we say. I also began sharing on my Facebook to get the word out, especially since I noticed we're getting a lot more missing people. Thank you so much. And the other cat wants back out. Oh my God, I love my cat. I'm coming. Why'd you come in for? You just want to turn around and go to the out for? It doesn't make any sense. I love my cat. I love my cat. I love my cat. I used to watch Jay for Justice, but was put off between Summer Wells and Brian Laundrie. Look, I actually, as a person, I actually like Jay. I think she's funny. I think she's very smart and she has a lot to offer. Sometimes her channel can be really, really amazing, but then sometimes she does things that I wouldn't do on my channel, right? But it's her channel. So if she wants to do her channel her way, then that's her right, whatever, each to their own. It's hard for me, right? Because if I go into a chat, I've said to you, okay, I don't like this genre or I don't like that, but I'm bored and I'm looking around and I do go into something and I see subs and I say hello and then it's like, oh, you're in there. What are you doing in there? Do you agree? No, I don't agree with all the creators that I go in and see. No. But everybody has different opinions. You got to have some leeway somewhere, I think. Yeah, I agree. I didn't really care for the last Wells video. Yeah, I think they really focused on John and Candace as suspects. And I've always said that I don't like accusing people, especially people that have lost a child. I don't like them being looked at or accused of doing something like murder or other things to a child when they simply no evidence to back that up. I'm not saying they're good people or good parents, but I'm saying that I did not agree with the way they were exploited, all three of them, for money, for views, for clicks. I hated it. I hated it. And when I did speak out a couple of times. I'd get bullied. And I'd get bullied by creators that would go, oh, so if Don was, okay, you're okay with Don, are you going to let him around your kid? And it's like, well, no, I'm not. I'm not saying he's a good person. He's not saying he's he's got an award for Father of the Year or anything. He's a shitty ass person, right? But that doesn't make him a killer. There's no evidence to say that. And until there's evidence, I don't believe in that. And what's happening now is we've been through the Gabby Petito case as well, but this one, what's happening? People are turning against the victim and turning against the families again. What the fuck? Mr. Bellin is my boo. Is Mr. Bellin's on here, right? He's not a podcast. Isn't he a YouTube channel? He definitely helped me get through the virus that we don't speak of. Well, I haven't. I think you can say most things in here because I haven't monetized it. I don't monetize the live streams. I'm not sure if it will block some words, but I prefer people not to swear like right out like me because I've got a potty mouth and I'm terrible. But it's my channel, so you get that. I don't miss an episode on YouTube or his podcast. That was Mr. Bellin. I'm writing that down because I need some new ones. So he is on YouTube and podcast. I'll definitely be checking him out. Misty, me and you have a little discussion. Not sure if you remember, but I was new to AB and some other channels that I would see you, and I was glad you got me to realize what was happening in those channels. I'm glad I could, Misty, and I'm glad that people feel the same way I do. And I hope I just showed you what the bigger picture was. And I bloody love you to bits. So awesome. Juanita Lamont at Large is another good one. Never heard of that at all. Is that YouTube or podcast? Lamont. It's an odd name. It just feels odd. Maybe it's just a different name, so it feels weird. Tons of possibilities when it comes to what happened to Summer. I just wish I'd find her. I know. I'm writing all these channels down. Yes, so am I, actually. The True Crime Loser. Is that it? True Crime Loser? I've never heard of that. Is that YouTube or podcast? True Crime Loser. Isn't it funny? You think you know true crime and you then find out you don't know half of the channels. He started a podcast. Awesome. Yes, I've watched Dirty Raw, and I think I'm actually a subscriber there because I love how they concentrate on using just the facts and evidence. No drama, no speculation, no rumors, no hearsay, none of that bullshit in the way. It's just evidence, and I really like that channel. I just haven't had a lot of time to watch it. Marin Dakota, excellent crime analyst who can read body language and speech. Very interesting, Juanita. I'm not sure how I feel about body language and speech. When I was watching the Johnny Depp trial, and Amber Heard was doing her part of it and testifying or saying her stuff. And then there was a body language expert that after went through it and said, she's doing this, and you can see her doing that. I don't know if I believe in it as a full tool to prove anything. Yeah. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, but I'm trying. You have never heard of Duty Ron? Oh my God. You have to go over there. He's a retired police officer or retired homicide detective or something like that. So he's really, really good. The disturbing truth. Ooh, that sounds ominous, doesn't it? The disturbing truth. I take it everyone knows John Lawden, right, though, because he's like the king of true crime. So tell me you all know him. I'd be shocked if someone didn't. Juanita, he's an American comedian living in New York, true crime loser. His analysis of Chris was. I'll start again. His analysis, I can't say that word, guys. I'm getting tired. His analysis of Chris Watts was a scream. He had Guy A.D. Wallace, that's right, crime investigator. They also bring in DNA specialists and others, very educational. They always protect victims. Yeah, they're amazing. They bring in like FBI agents and like Misty said, crime scene investigators and things like that. So, oh, come on, Melissa, you gotta know John Lawden. Okay, well, he is the king of YouTube, and if you go to type in Lawden Arts, which is LORDANARTS. He's got over 100,000 subscribers. He only does videos. He is the most caring, compassionate, true crime creator, I believe, that is out there. I've modeled my style of my videos after the way he does them. John Lawden from Lawden Arts, you've got to go check him out. You'll not regret it, that's for sure. Hi, Will. Good to see you. John Lawden. Do you know John Lawden? You've got to. I can't believe people don't know. Yes. We're going to check all these out. This is great. Captain Borax. That's a good one. Who has absolutely everything on Ted Bundy, including interviews with his victims' families and the cops who caught him. That's very interesting. I'm going to write that one down. Some weird-ass names coming out, though, eh? I mean, mine's just like New Zealand mysteries. There's not much that's cool about that. It's just straight to the point. But that's all right. It says what we do, except what we're doing now. That's all right. You know now. I'm so glad because he is amazing. And one thing that John Lawden does is he also has a podcast. If someone reminds me at the end, I'll put his link in the description box below. I think it's like 5 p.m. Friday for some of you guys over in the ditch, but about 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. I'm saying to you guys, listen, 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning in New Zealand, he has a secret studio where he records his podcast on live stream. We'll chat with him and everyone in there is just awesome. People super chat right the way through the recording, and all of those people get a shout out on the podcast as well. It's just amazing. But then he actually deletes it, so nobody actually can see what goes on in secret studio after it's finished because he deletes them all. But it's so much fun. We play games, but it's like 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Never heard of him either, but happy to stay with small group. Well, we're happy too, Misty. I like the small group. Yes. Do you know, I went to see them a couple of times and they're not on at midnight. It's changed time or something. And I don't know if you were aware, but like a year ago when I was in the chat and I was a mod and everything, I got to a point where I couldn't post anything. No one could see what I was typing. And it couldn't be fixed. I said to Steve heaps of times, oh, can you check? Because maybe someone's blocked me or something, because that's the only reason, like, I thought, well, maybe it was an accident or something like that. But he kept telling me, no, nothing's blocked or anything. But if I go there, I still, no one can see me. So otherwise, if I want to go in there, I have to like go and make a whole new profile to go in there. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, Melissa? Dr. Todd Grande, also very satirical on true crime. You know them all, wouldn't Nita? Todd Grande. Grandi? Todd Grand. Grande, like that singer. I'm not very good. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's been like that for the couple of years. And they keep saying that nothing's wrong, so I don't know. I will try and catch, but it's like Murphy's Law, you know? You try to catch something, and then something else happens, and something else happens, and then you don't get to see what you wanted to in the end. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you. It was nice to meet you, Juanita. Love you, Melissa. Misty, so cool of you to be here again. Will, it's always good for you to pop in. Thank you so much. I really appreciated our little chat. Thank you for coming. And hopefully we will see each other very, very soon. I don't know when. I'll pop up. Surprise. Thanks for being here and thanks for being respectful. It means a lot to me.